All right. So today I want to introduce you to the topic of mind mapping. Mind mapping. You're going to use it for, in fact, it's going to be very helpful for the part 2 of the speaking test. What are IELTS mind map? I think, was it last year or this year? One of the class, somebody asked a question and I had to go and dig up mind map and introduce it impromptu. Oh, it was this year. Okay, thank you for that. Today we want to delve a bit deeper into that mind mapping and how it's going to help and how to use it. Mind maps are a way to visually organize information. So you organize information visually as mind mapping. A single idea is placed in the middle with ideas associated with that word around the edge. So a topic will be given to you to speak about. You need to identify what the Americans will call cue card. The British will call it the central theme of the topic. You put it in the center. Then you develop ideas and words around that topic. And I know there are a lot of health workers here. One of your job as a health worker, or even if you're not a health worker, a point in our life we are called upon to give a talk on a subject matter. It can be a talk on any health subject or non-health subject. It can even be a talk in church on scripture or in the mosque on a scripture. You need to put your ideas together in a talk to present it coherently and fluently. And one of the techniques you can use is called mind mapping. A mind map can be useful for IELTS speaking in part 2 because you can place the main topic from the cue card in the middle and then brainstorm ideas around it. Now, I know you may be thinking, oh, brainstorming, it means you have to think of or think around the topic with somebody else. No, this one, you are alone. Brainstorming alone. Okay. You can use other question words such as why, when, who, where, etc. to help you think of ideas. As well as question words, you can also add a story, as this is a useful way to extend your answer. You can also add in any useful vocabulary that you can think of. Mind maps are an easy way to help organize your ideas. They are also a great way to prepare for the IELTS. In fact, today we are discussing mind mapping in relation to speaking test. It's a technique you can also use in the writing test. Part of the listening test. They are also a great way to prepare for IELTS, as you will have all of ideas and language connected to one topic in one place. Mind map is made when you brainstorm a topic area. So for example, if I ask you, to brainstorm or to give a talk on the word IELT. In this case, the cue card is IELT. The central theme is IELT. What words can you think of? So I've tried to list some words you can think of when you come to IELT. So IELT is a test. Some will say it's an exam. There's a reading, there's a writing, there's a listening, there's a speaking, there's an examiner, you write. There may be a computer involved. You need to learn to take the test. The test is either in paper or computer. There's a time for the test. You can run out of time. Some of the test is difficult. Some of the tests involve spelling, grammar, vocabulary, time management. Some of the tests is easy. Some you may do recording. Have to start a test. True, false, not given. These are part of the tests we have seen in the past. Task, essay, question, passport, overview, graph, process, lexical resource, verb, cohesion, pronunciation, letter, paragraphs, discuss, effect. Okay? So one word, IELT. These are other words that are connected to one word, IELT. So the central word here is the cue card or the central theme. And the connected words are all these. Once you put down this, when somebody asks you to give a talk on IELT out of the blue, you put down these words in and around IELT. This is just words you have written down, not organized in any particular manner. It begins to help you to gather your talk, and it makes you a little more coherent, fluent when you start speaking. So here I said, let's think of a very simple mind map. If I said IELT, you would immediately think of words and ideas connected to the IELT test. If you write all the words you know about IELT, you have a lot of words connected to testing, as you have done the test in school from a very young age. So collated this, collated these words for you. Okay, so in mind mapping, there must be a cue card, and then, or there must be, okay, so there must be a cue card. Remember I said a cue card means a central theme. Identifying the central theme is a key skill you must develop. We're going to practice some right now. I'm going to give you some topics, and you are all going to tell me what you think the central theme of that topic or the cue card. Once you're able to identify the central theme, developing the connected words become a little more easier. Then there's one more step you need to add to make speaking about the cue card a lot more easier. So back to my topic, my cue card, IELT, and the words we have found. However, even though you have a long list of words in no particular order, you need to organize this language and ideas you may have in a way that makes it easier for you to remember and use on the test date. You will not only help it will not only help you prepare for the IELTS test, it will also mean that you can communicate better and understand more using English. The video you saw from the beginning and all other speaking videos I've shown you so far, you'll always see that when it comes to the part 2, the examiner will give you a paper and a pen or a pencil. Blank paper and a pen or a pencil. And then a topic for you to talk about. And the examiner will give you 1 minute. The examiner will say, I am giving you 1 minute to organize your thoughts. You may also write down your points and then develop your thinking around those points. Now, to be sure you understand what I mean, I am going back to that video and play you just that portion shortly. That portion where the examiner would give you a piece of paper and a pen. A piece of paper and a pen, and then tell you, you may organize your thoughts. So please pay attention. I'm playing the video now. Okay.
Have been many water shortages. I don't remember that happening when I was younger. Thank you.
So this is the part 2. Pay close attention.
Now I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand? Yes. There's your paper and pencil. And here's your topic. I'd like you to describe a gift or present that somebody gave you recently.
Good. So that is the part I was referring to. Did you see it? Let me play it again. You are not paying attention. One last time. So this is exactly what will happen in the exam.
Now I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand? Yes. There's your paper and pencil. And here's your topic. I'd like you to describe a gift or present that somebody gave you recently.
So, after you have received the paper and the pencil or pen, and you have been given the topic, the examiner gives you 1 minute to put down your points on paper, organize your thoughts, and it is at this point you're going to use your mind map. Okay. Now, how do I make a mind map? Yeah. Mind maps can come in many shapes or forms. You might be a person that likes lists, so you make a list. That's your mind map. Or numbering, you want to number all the points you want to talk about. So you number your ideas and words, you list them down, that is fine. Or you may like to use boxes or circles, or to highlight keywords with arrows and colors. Your mind map needs to include as many language connected to the topic as you can. The most important function of a mind map is to organize information into logical groups to help you remember what you have written. From the perspective of English as a second language, you will also include parts of speech in your diagram to remind you which verbs, nouns, adverbs, adjectives, and phrasal verbs you should use when thinking about a particular topic. All right. A mind map can be divided into two areas covering ideas and examples, or vocabulary, part of speech. Today, we'll focus on ideas and examples. Next Saturday, discuss vocabulary, part of speech when it comes to your mind mapping. On your screen now is a mind map. The part up in red is related topics. The part down, vocabulary, part of speech, where you would use nouns, idiomatic expressions, synonyms, verbs, adjectives, phrasal verbs, modal verbs, and adverbs. So today we'll focus on the first part, where words, related topics. Okay, so famous names, places, advantages, disadvantages, good, bad examples, and so on and so forth. Not in a particular English or lexical structure, but just ideas you put together to talk about. So an example is describe a good news. Describe a good news. So you ask yourself, what kind of news have you read? How do you feel about this news? So two main branches. First branch, what kind of news have you read? Second branch, how did you feel about the news? Then, how did you get the news? What is it about? Okay, so you can further break it down. Title of the news, traffic jam. Then, how did you get this news? When? How do you update news? Favorite newspaper. What is it about? The first part, you can break it down into parts. First part, second part, third part, fourth part, or front page. You can say I got the news from the Daily Graphic. The front page, the middle page, the back page. So the first part, causes of the problem, effect on the problem on people's life, such as inconveniences and stress. Second part, bus fare, one-way street. Okay. So one main topic, describe a good news. Here, the central theme or the cue card here is good news. Develop a mind map like this. It makes it a lot easier when you begin to speak. You start by, so they ask you, describe describe a good news. You can really start by asking yourself, okay, what kind of news have I read today? Well, my news I have read today is about traffic jam. And the traffic jam started around 8 a.m. today. because of the road construction they are doing on my way to work. And you can even stretch it a bit. It's in the election season, and politicians are moving heaven and earth to woo candidate votes. And so road construction they should have done the last 3 years have all been packed into one last year, the 4th year, to impress voters to vote for them. Okay, so by the time you break it down into this point, you would have spoken at least 2 minutes. Remember that in the speaking test, you are required to speak. The examiner said you should speak between 1 to 2 minutes. But my counsel to you is speak, continue talking until you are stopped. And when you continue talking, don't talk off topic. Don't go off record. Maintain your focus, maintain your topic. If you have a mind map, you are sure to maintain your focus and topic. The second mind map you can see, describe a restaurant. Describe a restaurant. So, main branches, what is the restaurant? How do you feel about the restaurant? Have you ever ordered food from the restaurant, and why? What type of food does it serve? So types of fried chicken, burgers, ice cream. Do they taste good or they taste bad? How does the taste affect you? What about price? How do you feel about the taste, price, and the staff that work in this restaurant? Type of restaurant. Is it easy to get there? How often do you eat there? Why do you eat there? Okay. Just one cue card restaurant, and you can develop a whole talk out of it for at least 2 minutes using this mind map. Another topic, describe an exercise. Describe an exercise. So here the central theme or the cue card is exercise or sport. What is it? How do you feel about this sport? When do you first try it? What swimming style do you prefer? So here, the person has introduced swimming as the exercise preferred. Has swimming changed your life? And then you develop each of them into those subtopics. By the time you finish talking about it, you have spoken at least 2 minutes. Describe a hobby. Okay, so mind map. If your hobby is watching movies, which series are you watching? Type of series, plot, actors, soundtrack, meaningful lessons, and so on and so forth. Okay. So I'm going to share with you some examples. So part 2, remember we are in part 2 of the speaking test. An example is describe a lake, a river, or a sea you have visited. You should say where the lake, river, or sea is, how often you have visited it, what activities you do there, explain why you like this particular place. Okay, let me read that again. Describe a lake or river or a sea you have visited. You should say, where the lake, river, or sea is, how often you have visited it, what activities you do there, explain why you like this particular place. So imagine yourself in a speaking test right now. The examiner had given you this topic and he had handed you a pen and a piece of paper. You may feel free to develop your ideas to talk about, and you have 1 minute to develop your point. What will you do? We develop a mind map. First, you must identify the central theme. So, what do you think is the central theme for this topic? The topic is describe a lake, a river, or a sea you have visited. Please type your answers in the chat box now. Central theme for this topic, the cue card for this topic. Let's see if you can identify it. Do it now. Okay, so I have 92, 91 people in this Zoom meeting, and I have responses from just 36. The rest of you, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Type your answers now. What is the central theme of this topic? Okay, so let's see. Okay, so somebody say lake or river. Somebody says lake, river, or sea. Araba says lake. Sea or lake or river. Mary, lake. Florence, lake, sea, or river. Gloria, lake, river. Jessica, a lake, a river, a sea. Judith, lake. Okay. All right. Ruth says location, where you went, present or past. How is the place? What you did there. Okay. Now, this is an interesting one. Somebody says white voter. Somebody says where. Lake name, location, description, the recreational centers. I don't think that is the central theme. Anajua says water bodies. Shelley also says water bodies. Maida says Lake Bosomchi. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you for your contribution. Okay, one last one I just popped in. William says type of water body and location. Okay. Thank you all for that. Now, for any of you, for those of you who wrote a lake, a river, or sea you visited, that whole sentence from a lake, a river, or a sea you visited is the central theme, is the cue card of this topic. Okay, that is the cue card. Now, I don't want you to get confused and think that the cue card or the central theme should always be just one word. Sometimes it can be a whole sentence. Okay, it is the subject matter you're going to talk about. Okay, so thank you for that contribution. To develop your point further, you need to think of who you went with when you visited this place, why you visited there, where is the location, when is the location. In 2 minutes, I need you to put down points for the topics who, why, where, when. On the central theme, describe a lake or a river or a sea you have visited. 2 minutes starts now. When you finish, you post your answers in the chat. Okay, so the Najwa says once again, the Najwa, this is what I want you to do. You, in the speaking test part 2, you have been given a topic. Describe a lake, a river, or a sea you have visited. And I'm saying to help you develop your point or to develop your mind map, use words like who, why, where, when to help you develop your point. So who you went with to this place, why you went there, where is the location, when you went there. I hope it is clear now. Okay, I think here you are struggling. Let me show you what I meant. The answers most of you have given. Okay, Vivian Entry, you have done well. Said who with family. Why? For sightseeing. Where? Bosomtwe. You must be in Kumasi. When? Easter Monday. Excellent. So when you do this, you can begin to develop your point. Kafui also said, why? For leisure, relaxation, swimming, or just have fun. I think I've seen some points you have written earlier, but once you submit it, others also submit, and then it goes down. Florence, who? I visited a sea with my husband. Okay, what about the rest? A sea Edua, who? Family. Why? To have a picnic. When? On Christmas Eve. Where? Kumasi. Rosalind, who? My family. Why? To release stress from the year-long work. Stress there will be power. Where? Lake Bosomtwe in Ashanti. When? December. Alice, church youth to swim. I think you are trying to write Lake View, buy fish, located in Ashanti region in Bosomtwe district on 25th December 2023. Okay. Shelley, who with my friend Hannah. That's all what you wrote. Naomi, with family to have fun in city center on the holiday. Who with a friend or family. Why? For sightseeing. Where? Supume Dunkwa. When? Last week. Okay. So I think you are beginning to get a point. And I love it. Small, you get there. That is a great start. Now, let's look at somebody's mind map. On your screen now is somebody's mind map on the central theme or the topic, describe a lake, a river, or a sea you have visited. You should say where the lake, river, or sea is, how often you visited it, what activities you do there, explain why you like this particular place. Remember, this is a topic you'll be given, okay, in the speaking test part 2. You'll be given a piece of paper to develop your point. We are saying do a mind map. So look at somebody's mind map. So the central theme, lake visited. For him, he chose lake visited, which is fine. You can choose river visited, you can choose any other from that central theme. Now, look at his style. He placed the central theme in the middle of the map with branches, and each branch a key theme we want to talk about. So where? Lake District National Park. Who? Family and friends. Why? Scenery, breathtaking, tranquil. How often? Every summer for many years. What? Jet skiing, sailing, walking, food. Then a bit of story, kayaking, exhilarating. Okay. So this is somebody's mind map. You see this structure is different from the earlier ones we saw. This one is the central theme is at the beginning and the branches spread out from left to right. With this one, the central theme is really in the center, and then branches develop around it. Whichever structure you use is entirely at your discretion. Remember, you are not submitting this to the examiner. It's only to help you think, speak fluently, coherently, and in a logical manner so that you can get your band 8 or 9 for the speaking test. Okay, let's make some progress. Now, as you can see, the story had been added and some extra information about who, plus some interesting vocabulary. Let's go back. So a story has been added, and then some vocabulary, breathtaking, tranquil added, exhilarating. Okay. It is up to you in what order to answer the question. You don't have to follow the card, but you should try to cover all the points that are on there, and your talk must be organized and coherent. The mind map of following the card will help with this, plus giving you cues to which section you are on and what to talk about next. So in the how often part, you can say, I have visited it many times because there's a scenery, the scenery is beautiful, the place is tranquil, quiet, beautiful, peaceful. It brings my spirit home. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, with the IELT test, what you are saying does not need to be the truth. Okay? Whether what you are talking about is true or not is none of the business of the exam. The examiner just wants to see how coherent, how structured, logical your thoughts are, and how you speak without repetition and pauses, long pauses. Okay. So this is somebody's, let's go back to the example. This is the cue card. This is the topic. Describe a lake, a river, or a sea you have visited. Look at somebody's answer after developing the mind map. I am going to talk about a lake I have visited. The lake is in the Lake District area, which is in the northwest of England. As you can guess by its name, it's famous for its many beautiful lakes. The area is also known as the Lakes, and it is a national park. I've visited it many times because I lived only a few hours from there. I usually go every summer, and I have been going for many years now, probably since about 1998. We used to go there, we used to go a lot in my summer holiday when I was at school. Now I'm working, I still go, but I will go at weekends. I usually go with my family. That's my two brothers and my mom and dad. Sometimes we might go with other cousins as well. I've also been with friends quite a few times. There are loads of things to do there. At this lake we go to, there are a lot of water sports, and I really like those. There is jet skiing, sailing, kayaking, for example. But you don't just have to do those things. There is plenty to do even if you don't like those kinds of activities. You can go walking around the lake or further out into the area around the lake because there are many areas which are really beautiful. There are a lot of some great places to eat good food. One of the best things I have done in this kayaking trip. It wasn't actually on the lake, but in a river close by. There are some white water rapids, so I went on those with a friend. We started with a group of others at a calm part of the river with a guide as well to make sure everyone was safe. Some parts then got quite rough with the water and strong current. It was scary, but really exhilarating as well. I definitely try and go again one day. The reason why I like this place so much is that although there are a lot of exciting activities that you can do, it's also surrounded by lots of breathtaking scenery with stunning views of the hills and rivers. So it's still really tranquil and relaxing and a really good way to unwind if you had had a difficult week at work and just want to get away. So that is the lake I have visited, and I am sure I will continue to visit there in the future. Okay, so that is how, so from this mind map, this person then did this presentation out of that mind map. And as you can see, it is even more than 2 minutes. The mind map really helps you to organize your thoughts so that when you start speaking, it flows. Okay, let's do some exercises. On your screen, I'm sharing, and you're going to type your answers in the chat. Those of you who don't know where your chat is, you must look for it now. Because this one, everybody is going to play a role. So I'm going to present some topics, and you are going to write just the cue card of the topic, the central theme of the topic. Topic, describe your favorite song. You should say what the name of the song, what is the name of the song, what the song is about. When you first heard the song, explain why it's your favorite song. Now, I don't need you to write points for all. I just need you to write either one line, one word, one sentence, just the central theme. Let's be sure you know how to identify the central theme. Because on the test date, you'll be doing identification of central theme to develop your mind. So let's go. What is the central theme? Isaac Kunedu says, a song. PSA says, my favorite song. Favorite song, favorite song. Okay, favorite song, favorite song. Okay, excellent. This, don't add describe. Describe is not the central theme. The central theme is favorite song. Excellent. So all those who wrote song, favorite song, perfect. That is spot on. Let's go to the next one. Let's see if you can find that. Describe a sporting event you attended. Describe a sporting event you attended. What is the cue card? What is the central theme? Please put your answers in the chat. Describe a sporting event you attended. Write your answers in the chat. Okay, so I can see 58 responses plus the two earlier, that's about 60. 59 now, 60 now. There are still many of you who are not typing anything. They are not providing any answers. What is your problem? Is it because you don't understand what we are saying or what? Okay, so I see sporting event. Great. Sporting event, sporting event, sporting event, sporting event I attended. So very good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Peggy, today you are in class. You're welcome. Excellent. So that is the central theme. The central theme of the cue card is sporting event. Sporting event. Okay. Let's try another one. Describe a type of exercise that you would like to do. Describe a type of exercise that you would like to do. What is the cue card here? What is the central theme? Type your answers in the chat. I'm waiting for your answers. Describe a type of exercise you would like to do. What is the cue card here? Excellent, excellent. Type of exercise, type of exercise, exercise, type of exercise, type of exercise, my favorite exercise, type of exercise, exercise I like, my favorite exercise, excellent. All those who type that were 100% correct. That is how to identify the central theme. Another one, describe a comedian that you think is very funny. Describe a comedian that you think is very funny. Please type your answers in the chat now. Okay, so let's see. I have the most funny comedian, a funny, humorous comic. That's nice. Somebody said a funny comedian, a famous comedian, funny comedian, a favorite actor, my favorite actor, my favorite funny comedian, funny comedian, comedian, funny comedian, comedian, comedian who is funny, the most funniest comedian I know. Comedian, simple, a funny comedian. Excellent, 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 excellent. That is good. That is very, very, very good. Once you're able to identify the central theme, it makes it easier to develop your mind map. And then it makes it easier when you begin to speak to flow. In the writing test, you'll be given a topic to write a part one, to write a letter, normally an informal letter. And when you do mind mapping, it helps you when you are writing the point. It helps you to flow easily so that you don't get stuck on the way. Let's do one or two more practices and make sure you really, really, really get it right. Describe some good news that you recently received. Describe some good news that you recently received. What is the central theme here? Type your answers in the chat. Fantastic. Good news, good news, good news, great news, good news. A recent good news received. Recently, good news, good news, good news. Excellent. Best news, that's a new one, but that is also great. Great news. Recently received good news, good news, good news. Excellent. Excellent. Now you are really getting it. Now you are really, really getting it. That is good. Okay, so I'm going to jump the rest. Now, let's see how you can also develop a mind map. So here, the cue card is, okay, so the topic is describe an old person you know. Describe an old person you know. And here we made it easy for you. The cue card is a person you know. A person you know. Now, this is what I want you to do. You should say what your relationship is to this person, how often you see them, what people think about this person, explain why you like them. Develop a mind map. whether you put the cue card in the center or at the beginning and you spread it out and you branch. Start now. You have 1 minute, because in the test you only have 1 minute to develop your cue card. Do it now. When you finish, you take a picture and you post it in the chat. Okay, I'm sorry I went off briefly. So I'm not sure if you got the question, but I'm going to repeat it. This time, we have identified a cue card for you. We want you to develop a mind map. And your topic is describe an old person that you know. You should see what your relationship is to this person, how often you see them, what people think about this person, and explain why you like them. Develop your mind map, either using a map where the central topic is at the center with branches, or put a mind map on the left and then branch them out from left to right. When you finish, take a picture and upload it on the Zoom chat page. And yes, the Zoom chat page, you can upload pictures. Okay, you can upload pictures. If you don't know how to do it today, you are going to learn how to do it. No, Peggy, this time you're not writing cue cards. You are developing the mind map. Develop the mind map on your paper. The paper or the book you came to class with, develop a mind map. Either you use this one, this method, where the central theme, an old person, is in the center, and then you develop the point around the person, the central theme, or you use this, any of this, where the central theme will be on the left, and then you branch it out. Excuse me. When you finish, you take a picture and you upload it onto the Zoom chat. This time the class is quiet. I can only see two responses from Abigail Abe, who had uploaded Abigail, and then Kafui. Kafui, great work. It's a great start. Name, my grandma, age, how. So remember to use the words who, where, when, what. Okay, that will help you develop a great mind map. Who, when, where, what. Hey, this one, everybody should do it. Oh. You should all participate in this exercise. Do it. If you don't know how to upload, learn it now. Welcome to the world of technology. You're going to the United States. Can't get there and say, me, I don't know how to upload files. Abba. Children can easily upload files there. Please learn how to do it. Now. If you are using cell phones, you may be slightly handicapped, but you should still be able to do it. Okay, so your answers had begun dropping in one after the other. Yes, that is good. Okay. So now let's see. Alice, your own, unless we download and store it. Emilia Bonsu says, please show us how. Okay. So Emilia says, oh, Shirley says, I can't share mine. So let me show you how. So listen carefully. I am using a laptop, so I'm going to show you how it's done on a laptop. So in the meeting chat, when you open your chat, you will see type message here, where you type the message. Just beneath that line, you will see some menus there. You will see the first one, like a T with a pen. That is for formatting. And then the second one, you see an emoji, smiling face. The third one, you should see file. When you click on the file, a number of things will pop up on your screen. In my case, I see Dropbox, I see Microsoft OneDrive, Google Drive, Box, Microsoft SharePoint, and then you see your computer. So the simplest way is after doing the test, you take a picture, you store it on your laptop. When you click on file, you click on your computer. It takes you to your computer, you select the file, just double click on it, and that's it. It will upload. When you use a cell phone, I don't know how, unless, and every phone has a way of doing it. All of you don't use the same phone. While some are using Techno, others are using Samsung, and others are using iPhones. And even the iPhones, you will need this one. So the iPhones, you will need this one. I don't know which one you are using. So just look for the chat. In the space where you type your message, down there, you see some menus. Look for one that says file. Click on it and upload your file. There's even a third one. You see screenshot, the fourth one, screenshot. When you click on it, you should be able to take a screenshot for you. All right. Seidu, thank you very much. Done your best. It's a great start. Small, 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 you're going to get there. Sorry. Okay. Abigail says, so with mine, I took a picture with my phone, logged into the meeting on my phone, and then I sent it in the chat box. Excellent idea. Excellent idea. Francisca Abankwa, it's been 100 years since I heard from you. How are you doing? Hey, Francisca, only your mind map. That's right. Okay. All right. So a lot of you had made some great attempt, and I love that. I love that. There are a couple of topics I will be sharing with you. You'll be practicing on a lot of mind maps. We'll develop it small, until we become great in developing mind maps. Mind maps will not only serve you well when it comes to the IELTS test, it's also going to serve you in your life, your professional career as nurses. One of the common things you'll be doing as nurses, and I'm sure even in Ghana you do it, you give health talks. Nurses and midwives, you give health talks. In the US, you'll be doing a lot of that, health talks. And then mind maps help you to give a great, coherent, structured, logical health professional talk. Excuse me. Hey, Dorothy Van K, I have missed you, Papa. Where have you been hiding? Okay, so William has shared some free tips for us. Samsung users, go to the chat box. On the left side of the chat box is a plus and a colon or semicolon. Click on it and upload your photo from there. Thank you, William. It's in the chat, so when you read the chat, you see it. Excellent. Yes, for community public health nurses, you'll be doing a lot of health talk, so this is going to help you. Shirley says, sir, I have done mine on my phone, but we need you to share so that we see what you have done. Ruth Kanda, I miss you too small. Okay. Oh, you have shared it, Shirley. I cannot see it. Oh. Shirley, share it again and let me see. I want to see yours. Fidelia Abba, thank you. This is your Chukuchaka mind map party. One in town. Gloria, thank you. That is great work. Joyce Asafue J, beautifully done. This one is like a map to my hometown. Okay. All right. Esther Rabia too. Excellent. Great work. I mean, this is your first time, so you're going to struggle with it. But gradually, you're going to get there. Okay. So that is mind mapping. Mind mapping. Now, the video I shared with you earlier, the lady had a band 9 speaking test. Band 9. She used a mind map. In her case, she listed the point. Now, I'm going to play that video. I need you to pay attention. Pay attention. Watch it carefully. No distractions. I need you to pay attention to that video and you see what she did. And she got the band 9. She's even left-handed. Obama left-handed. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So the part 2, 3 to 4 minutes. Hold on. Kafu, did you say you're not hearing any sound? Can you guys hear the sound? Hey, we cannot hear, okay? All right. There is no Kafu alone. Just hang on a minute. Let's resolve that. Okay. Okay. So
now I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make...
Can you hear? Did you hear the sound? Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. So I'm going to restart.
Thank you. Now I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
There's your paper and pencil. And here's your topic. I'd like you to describe a gift or present that somebody gave you recently.
Okay. So I intentionally pause, look at the question, the topic. Part 2, question 1. You have 1 to 2 minutes to talk about this topic. Before you talk, you have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. And this is the topic. Describe a gift or a present that someone gave you recently. So straight away, you know the cue card. Okay. What is the central theme here? Type it in the chat. Quick. What's the central theme? Chat, and let's go. Okay, so gift or present, gift, present. Beautiful. Excellent. I love it. We are getting it. Beautiful. Ruth, thank you for the gift. Excellent. Gift I received. Gift. Howard, thank you very much. Mavis. Excellent. Eva. Rachel. You guys are getting it. Clap for yourself. I love it. I'm clapping for all of you now. Gift or present. That is great. Now, then it says, describe a gift or present that someone gave you recently. And it continues. You should say what the occasion was, who gave it to you, what it looked like, and explain how you felt about receiving it. It's exactly the way I have been sharing the topic with you all this afternoon. Let's go back to the last topic you worked on. You remember the topic on the old person? This is it. Describe an old person you know. You should say what your relationship is to this person, how often you see them, what people think about this person, explain why you like them, and all the other topics which you identify the cue card. Describe your favorite song, same manner. Describe your sporting event, same manner. Describe your exercise, the type of exercise you like to do, same manner. The comedian, same manner, okay? So this is exactly how the question will come on the day of the test. You want to do a lot of practice so that you get used to it. A day when you enter that room, it comes, you know, you are relaxed. So you are relaxed, you are comfortable, you don't panic, you don't shake, okay? All right, so let's go. Let's go back to I'm sorry. So there you are. It should show on your screen shortly. Good. So we have identified the central theme. Now let's look at what the lady did on the day of the test. Don't worry, it will start playing shortly. She's jotting down her point. Okay, excellent. So look at her mind map. You may not see it well. So first she wrote 2 minutes on it. Don't worry, when the time comes, we'll show you why she did that. And then she wrote down all her points. It's not too legible, it's not too clear, but she listed them point by point. She did not draw arrows or branches. She only used listing. Listing is also one form of mind mapping. Okay, so she's listing them, and the woman is timing her. Imagine yourself in that lady's shoe right now, taking the speaking test. 1 minute. Okay. See the time? 1 minute. Okay.
Okay. Now you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll let
Now, you have 1 to 2 minutes to talk. Don't worry if I stop you. 1 to 2 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I have said this time and time and again. I'm going to say it over and over again till it's stuck in your head. On the day of the test, they will tell you you should speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Please speak more than 2 minutes. Speak until you are stopped.
Okay. Now you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll let you know when the time is up. Could you start speaking now, please? I'm going to talk about a present my husband gave me last year for my birthday. We had gone to Istanbul for a few days. My husband had always wanted to go there. Anyway, we had a few days holiday from work and we decided to fulfill my husband's dream. As I said earlier, I'm really interested in art. And so even though I had no real desire to go to Istanbul, I was totally captivated by all the beautiful buildings and the wonderful arts and crafts that were available there. The Blue Mosque was my favorite building. From the outside, it looks just like a typical Ottoman mosque, but inside it is quite startling. The large windows with the light reflecting on.
Charlie, check out this lady's confidence. Okay, the confidence, the fluency, the coherence. Check it out.
The exquisite blue tiles made it just breathtaking. I asked one of the guides about the tiles, and she told me that they were from Iznik and that they are still made today. When we left the Blue Mosque, we walked down a pedestrian lane full of shops, including some tile shops. In one of the shops, the owner told us that the tiles were made in Iznik. Anyway, one of the tiles really caught my eye. Actually, it sang to me. It was of fish, 4 big fish, and lots of little ones, all in different shades of green. I really wanted it. But when we asked the price, it was very high. Something like $300 American. Obviously, I knew we could negotiate, but it seemed such a high price that we just left. The next night, we went out for my birthday meal. Just as we were finishing the dessert, the waiter came over and handed me the most beautifully wrapped gift. I knew at once, because it was very heavy, that it was the fish tile. That's why
Thank you.
And does this person often buy you presents?
Well, he's good at remembering my birthday.
Okay. So once the timer is stopped, whatever you say is off record, off topic, and you'll not be scored on that. But you saw her confidence, her reasoning, her fluency. Okay. She's a master of the speaking test. This is how I want all of you to speak. Prepare for the speaking test. Did you get it? Okay. Now, excellent. Now, for you to become this confident, when you speak and you are confident, it means you know what you are talking about. But remember, I said the IELT test, whether she really visited, where did she say she go? Turkey, Istanbul. You can make it up, okay? But you should present it in a logical manner. But I think it's a lot more easier when what you are talking about is actually a real experience you have been involved in. It flows naturally. But in the test, you may not be lucky to get a topic, or you can quickly remember a real event you have been involved in. Sometimes it could be an event you have no clue of. The mind map is going to help you to get a great score. Now, at this point, I want to unmute everybody. Please, no noise. I am unmuting everybody and open for questions, concerns, comments. The microphones are now open. Do you have any question, any comment, any concern, please? Hey, your microphones are open now. Yes.
Yes, please, I've come to realize that most of the speaking, it's like it's the whites that are always like, don't we have the blacks that like when they enter hard. I don't know whether you are just.
No, you've been. Can you ask your question again?
I'm saying my question is, most of the time the videos we watch online or you are presenting, they are more or less the whites themselves that are most of the time doing the speaking. But I don't know whether if you can get, like, maybe let's assume that I'm coming to do the speaking test. Maybe you record me like a black person to see how that's what I'm trying.
Okay, all right. Don't worry. Get you a couple of black videos. I'm trying to get you some past Ghanaian videos from the British Council. I will try hard and get you those videos. Ghanaians who took the IELT test, the speaking test, and they scored very well. I'll get you those videos. But the trick for you to become confident is that as we go along, we're going to put you in groups, and we're going to do a recording of yourself during the speaking test. So you'll be in group. One person will be the examiner. We'll be asking the question, recording it, and then the other person will be the applicant. When you finish, you switch roles. The applicant now becomes the examiner and so on. Then you record, you send. We're going to do that a lot so that you become confident. The IELT test is always confidence. 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 Okay. Emmanuel, your hand is up.
Hello, sir. Please, my question is, you said it's always advisable to speak more than 2 minutes. So I wanted to know that what if you speak more than 2 minutes and you don't cover all the points on the cue card, is it going to affect your band score?
Not at all. As long as you are not off topic, as long as you are on point, and you didn't finish talking about the points you have developed on your mind map, don't worry, you're going to score a great band score. A mind map is to help you to flow logically, coherently, fluently.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Do we have any other question, comment, concern? Okay. Oh, yes, there's a recording I'll post on the page, Michael, after the class. Maybe an hour or so after the class. I'll post it on the page. Okay. All right, so William, you have the floor. Sorry.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, William. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing good, sir. My question has to do with the mind mapping we are supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
If I do the mind mapping, or let's say I list down the points I intend to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
However, on starting, I elaborate to the point that the two minutes have reached,
Mm-hmm.
and I was not able to exhaust all the points I had listed.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, the lady was asked to talk about a gift she had received.
Mm-hmm.
So, at the end of the day, you explain more than the 2 minutes, but you did not even mention the gift itself. But the time was up.
Yes, and she scored about 9.
Is it a good practice?
Perfect.
Yet you will be able to score about 9.
Yes. So, William, that is the truth, and I'm happy you have spotted it. You see, if you do your mind map well, you're going to have a lot of ideas to talk about to exhaust the 2 minutes. You notice the lady was stopped in the middle of a delivery. Did you notice that? She was stopped in the middle of a delivery. She didn't finish, and yet she got about 9. The goal of the speaking test is to see your grammar, to test for your grammar, your coherency, your fluency, lexical resource, grammar, and those things. Okay. So the goal is not to exhaust the topic, to describe everything the topic is about. I need you guys to get that point. The goal is not for the examiner, or the goal is not for you to exhaust all the points or to speak completely about the topic. No. The goal is for the examiner to hear you pronunciation, task achievement, staying on topic, coherency, fluency. These are what the examiner is marking you on. So you may speak for the 2 minutes, and yet you may have not finished the topic or the things you have listed. Yet you were fluent, you were coherent, the pronunciation was great, and your grammar was perfect. You get your bar 9. William, are you getting the point?
Yes, sir.
The marking scheme, if I should use your language, the marking scheme is not satisfactorily speaking on the topic completely. No, that is not the marking scheme. The marking scheme is your pronunciation, your coherency, your fluency, speak without long pauses. That is what they want to see. Okay. Do we have any other question? Okay, no more questions. Now, please know that the excuse me, the assignment that was given you prior to the Christmas holiday, which was extended to yesterday deadline, the deadline has elapsed. As of this morning, if you notice, people were now posting the answers on the page. No, no, no. The time has elapsed. Please don't post your answers again. All those that had posted the answers before the deadline, going to work on all of them and give you feedback individually. The feedback will start coming from next week, and it's going to take the whole of February to give you the feedback. So be patient, you'll get them. Especially when almost all of you decided to submit your assignment yesterday, the last day. The typical Ghanaian attitude. Waited the last day. So we're going to take some time to mark them and give you feedback. But for the IELT platform, the one on the website, most of you have done very well. Hey, Ajwa Jewa, Afrishiapa, get in touch later. Most of you have done very well. You have completed a lot of the practice tests. And very sure you are learning some new things on that page. Now, pause there. Don't continue, pause there. We now need to build your grammar, your spelling, your pronunciation, your sentence construction. We now need to build it to be strong. And then we're going to go over some of the things you completed. There are so many things you did, you never understood it. We have to explain them to you. We have to let you know what you are doing. Once you cover that, then we'll finish up with the mock exams, the mock test on the platform. We'll be doing a lot of mock tests. Once you finish the mock test, then we'll be able to know whether you are ready to take the IELT and pass or not. When we are sure from your dashboard that your performance is great and you are ready to take the IELT and pass, then we'll register you so that you go and take the IELT. Abigail Osebedu, how are you? So,
Sir, I'm fine.
Good. So that is the plan. We need all of you to get involved. Now, when it comes to the Cambridge test book, the Cambridge book, we have, in fact, those who have submitted the assignments in the Cambridge book is not more than 50, but we have in excess of 200 people whom we are preparing to take the IELTS test. Not more than 50 have submitted the Cambridge test. Majority of you have not submitted, but the time has elapsed. Don't submit it. And please don't call with a beautiful story. The time for story has come and gone. Okay, somebody is asking any closing date for the mock test. Please don't start the mock. Don't touch the mock. That is what I said. Don't touch the mock on the dashboard yet. We will tell you when to start the mock. You need to cover up where you have reached. Okay. There are also quite a number of you. Looking at about some 20 to 50 people that had taken the CNA exams, had finished, passed. began the filing for you, but the IELT, you are in totally, I'm not sure the word to use. It's as if you have no clue what is going on the IELT. Is there anybody here like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Shirley, I can excuse you because you recently just wrote your exam.
Yes.
Just last week.
Yes, sir.
Who else? Nelly.
Yes, please, sir.
Nelly Senanubo.
Yes, sir.
As for you, why? You wrote your exams 1842. Why are you finding it difficult to follow the IELTS?
Sir, I don't know. I didn't join early, so that's the problem.
Why didn't you join early?
I had no idea that you even started, sir.
Hey, huh. Who else? Kezia. Kezia.
Uncle Dave.
Yes, Kezia, how are you?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Kezia, I'm not seeing you well when it comes to the IELTS. Oh, man, sorry, I'm telling you something. I'm not seeing you well. What is the problem?
I just closed from work.
Oh, I'm not talking about today. The whole IELTS thing. So Esther says the whole thing. Ernest Abuaji also says the whole thing. Rita, did you say the whole thing? Oh, I think you are talking about something else. I submitted my earlier 8 January. Okay, thank you. Rita Krahadie, as for you, you should be a professor of IELTS by now.
On the assignment.
Kafui, you say it's the right thing. Okay. What we're planning to do, Shirley says, I don't understand. What we are planning to do is to start another IELTS class. We'll start from the beginning. So those of you who are totally lost, like Shirley,
And
Kezia,
Abuaje Ernest.
Isaac,
Good.
Rose. Rose. Did you say Rose? Did I hear Rose? Roxana Day. No, Roxanne.
Friend Jessica.
Jessica, Peggy.
Sir.
Peggy, are you following the IELTS?
Yes, please.
Okay. Joyce is asking, sir, IELTS and OET, which one is less difficult? Oh. Joyce, I don't know. As for me, my mother gave birth and he says you are my sister. That is all I know. Okay. All right. So we'll start another class. For those of you who are not getting it, you can join that one to start fresh from you. But this class will continue. We are far in the middle of the sea. Those who are following it, let's continue. Let's finish hard so that you can write your IELTS and be free. Once you write your IELTS to pass, you just wait for the day we'll call you and say, Charlie, your PEM has been approved. Your green card is ready. Prepare. We go for the visa interview. We'll prepare you for the visa interview, give you proper orientation and everything so that when you go, you can pass that visa.
Mm.
On that note, thank you all for coming. It's 5 p.m. already. Spent 2 hours already. I'm going to share the recording with you shortly. Good evening and goodbye to you all.
Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.
Hello, sir. Bye, sir.
Goodbye, sir. Have a wonderful evening.
Okay, bye-bye to you all.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, please, in fact, those class will continue. Will still continue. So please, which people will join the one that you are coming to face? You said you start the class
Those who
again.
are lost entirely.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Sir,
sir,
will
please,
it
will
be
you
with a
send
Google
us a
Meet?
message?
Yes, you get a notice on
Yes,
the phone.
most of us don't understand. So we want to start again.
All right, so be on the lookout
So,
for
sir,
the
should we send you a hi on WhatsApp
No.
so that you know us?
No, you don't need to. We'll just post it on the page.
Okay.
So
Thank
just be
you.
on the lookout on the green card page.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
But please, what I'm suggesting is that it seems most of them don't even know the whole thing. So why wouldn't we start afresh for everybody? Because many people don't even know the whole thing. Than to go and create few for we those who are now like we those who don't know.
If you can
No,
start,
when
let's say you are.
when I said we are starting a new class, it will be on this same page, this same platform, but starting afresh.
Okay.
But at different times. So you will not join on Saturdays, you have a different day.
Okay.
Starting from now 0.
Okay. All right.
Hello, Sir David.
Yes.
Sir David, for my case, I just want to put something across. For my case, what happened was that I was preparing to write the exams, and then you said the IELTS class, and I just came into the Zoom. When I came, I realized some people you were talking about assignments and things, and some people were saying, "Oh, I did it, I did that, I did that." So I was like, "Hey, what is going on? I wasn't informed there was something going on." So I just continue from there. That's my case. That's how I joined. So I hope maybe someone too, that's the same thing that happened to the person too.
It is likely so for many of you. So we'll start another class. We'll start from the beginning so that we'll build on from there for all of you.
Oh, sir.
Yes.
Sir, please, another class. Can it start after those of us who have not written the final exams? Can it start after it's also written so
Yes,
that we
we
can
are
also
waiting.
contribute from the IELTS?
We are looking at. But a number of you who want to take forever to take the final exams. So the question is, when are you coming to take the final exams? When do we start? You want to take the whole world time to come and take your simple exams. So we'll figure it out. Once we know, we'll post it on the page and then we'll start from there.
Okay, please. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.